Preloaders, VI Preloaders, welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me, and I want to thank you guys for representing Preloader Nation. I mean, guys, we have such a good thing going here, so I want you guys to continue what you're doing, continue practicing, and also continue the positivity, guys. Robert Simmons Paying It Forward is all about positivity, and it always will be. There's just no place here for anything negative, and that includes my Facebook group, Preload and Keep It Loaded. That includes Instagram. That includes anything associated with me. No negativity, all right? This is a judgment-free zone. Everybody's welcome. As long as you have positivity and you bring positivity, you're welcome in Preloader Nation. That's part of being a preloader. It's not in the definition of what a preloader is. If you go in the description section, you'll see the definition of a preloader, but I'm letting you know here, that's part of being a preloader, being positive. Continue sharing the knowledge, right? We're getting there, right? We're definitely getting there, right? And I'm proud of all of you guys. And when I say I'm proud of you guys, wow, if you guys only knew the emails and the comments in the comment section that I get, and Facebook messages that I get, and messenger messages that I get of people just sharing their stories with me, and how much this channel has helped them. People that have pretty much said they were gonna quit riding, they were done, and watching these videos gave them the motivation to say, you know what, let me go back in there and try, because everything's different when you know what you're doing, right? So please keep it up, guys. All right, for those of you that have never been to this channel before and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, let me tell you, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. The name of my channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And I created this channel because I want to share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys. And I focus on slow speed motorcycle operation because that's the skill that most motorcycle riders lack. And it's a very important skill because you have to actually know how to ride your motorcycle in order to attain that skill. And most riders are fearful, and I want to help you with that. I want to help you not feel that intimidated feeling when you slow down on your motorcycle. All right. In other words, I want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. So that's always the #1 goal on this channel. I want to help you not think twice about making right turns, left turns, and U-turns. I want it to be second nature to you. All right. And of course, watching my videos help, but all of that comes with practice. You have to practice. There's no way around that. Okay. But getting the confidence level up, that's key. That's what we're working on here in Preloader Nation. So to add on to that, I also hold practice sessions here in Pooler, Georgia, usually on a weekly basis. Okay. And those practice sessions are free to my VI preloaders. So if you guys are interested in coming out and practicing with me for free, you have to be a VI preloader. Go to the description section, and in the description section, you'll see links. One is a link to actually subscribe to this channel. If you're not subscribed, guys, please subscribe. There's another link in there to become a VI preloader. So if that's something you're interested in doing, not only to practice with us for free, but also there's other perks that come along with being a VI preloader. You can click on that link. And there's other links in there. There's a lot of information there to help you guys out. So please, guys, check out that description section. I also offer private lessons. And if that's something that you're interested in, there's a link in the description section as well. I'll also put a link to the website right here. And if that's something that will benefit you, if you're somebody that does not want to practice in a group environment, or you don't want to be on YouTube while you're practicing, then that's an option for you. Click on that link and we'll get that taken care of. All right, I also want to remind you guys that I have a meet and greet coming up this month, September 29th at 9 a.m. It's in the same location where the practice sessions are. Myself and John from Cycle Fanatics will be doing a meet and greet and then a practice session. Now, the practice session slots are just about filled up. All right. But if you're interested, you know, you can still send me something and I'll let you know where we are as far as, you know, the number of people. People are always dropping out for whatever reason. So I could put you on like a reserve. But if you just want to come for the meet and greet, that's fine too. Again, that's September 29th. That's a Wednesday. All right. I know it's in the middle of the week, but I'm excited about it. And those of you that can't make it because it's the middle of the week, of course, John and I understand that. But hopefully we have good weather and we're going to have a good time. Lastly, guys, what I want to talk to you about before I get into the meat and potatoes of what this video is about, John from Cycle Fanatics is doing a raffle, and he's raffling off a motorcycle. And I'm going to put the motorcycle right here. If you guys are interested in entering this raffle so that you have a chance to win this motorcycle, just go to the website that's right here, cycle-fanatics.com, and put your entry in. You can do a bunch of different entries. I'm going to tell you right now, I did an entry last night. I know a lot of my preloaders and V.I.Preloaders don't own a motorcycle. But if you can win a motorcycle, that's great, right? So I put my name in the hat, so to speak. And if I win this motorcycle, I already have plans on what I'm going to do with it, right? But if you guys want to have a chance to do it as well, go to the website. There's more information on it. I think that the raffles are going to be going until, I think the drawing is in April or May, something like that. I'm sure it's on his website. So guys, check that out. Great opportunity to win a nice bike. And this is not going to just be an average bike. It's going to be a lot of upgrades to it. So just good stuff, guys. Again, get your entry in. All right, now, what this video is really about. It's always about you guys first and foremost. So it's important you know that. You know, I've had people tell me, skip talking all this other stuff and just get to the, get to the good stuff. And, my first response to that is usually, clearly this is somebody that's not a preloader. They're new to the channel. They're used to going to a YouTube video and somebody just starts talking about whatever they're going to talk about. Get it in, get it out. I'm always going to talk to you guys first, always. Again, Preloader Nation, you guys are my family. So I'm always talking to you as if you're sitting right here in my man cave with me. All right. Anyway. All right. This is a 2022 R18 Transcontinental. So this motorcycle is really not out yet, but they have demos out there that you can ride. So I rode this motorcycle. I also rode that K1600 too. I'll let you know what I think about that. So when I first saw a video of this motorcycle, I was interested in it and I was very curious about it. And then my pop wanted to actually go ride another BMW motorcycle, a K1600. And when we got there, I saw this motorcycle and it was raining outside. I wasn't prepared to ride that motorcycle or anything like that. But I definitely wanted to share my thoughts of this motorcycle with you guys. So I came back the next day. This was 2 hours away in South Carolina. So came home, went back the next day so that I can make this video for you guys. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, so I just drove about almost 2 hours to a BMW. It's not a BMW motorcycle dealership, but they do sell BMWs. And that's what my pop is into. That's what he's looking to do. He wants a BMW, so it's two different kind here. The one he's sitting on now is actually the kind he wants, but not the year. He wants a 2022. You guys can take a look at that. I sat on it, my hips were hurting right away. No problem. Well, it's hard to see over there. It's right here. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I can't see it. Can you answer any questions for me? And then they have a bagger. This one just came out this year. So I want to know what you guys think about this. Like, look at this. Let me show you from this angle. Look at that engine. Like, what the hell? Look how wide that is. And when I sat on it, like the floorboards are actually kind of back. You know, if you ride a Harley or Indian, you're used to the floorboards being like up here. So my question was, can you put highway pegs on this? Like if you did, like is your leg gonna be sitting on top of this and does this get hot? Like it's just a little weird. So me too. All right, so what do you guys think about this?
No, typically if things were normal.
So I want to turn it on so you guys can see this, because look at the screen. That's a pretty big screen, right? Look at the dials, buttons, round mirrors. And it looks like, is this supposed to be a charger for your phone? I don't understand that. The phone's not going to sit on here without falling off. Maybe that's something else. I don't know. Ah, look at that. It actually opens up and you can put your phone in there and this will hold it down, I guess. That's different. And while it's in there, it'll charge it. Interesting.
They're 29, but
Interesting.
they use quite a bit.
All right, what do you guys think about this? Let me see if I can turn it on. Maybe it's a key in it. Let me see if I can get a key. So right now, radio's off, but what you would do is you have all your everything through your radio, navigation, media, telephone, then all your settings. Of course, you gotta hook your phone up to it. Yeah. Your phone stays in here. Yeah, I just discovered that. You got air flowing, so the phone doesn't get hot. Oh, and you do have a charge port as well too, so you can just you can get a little cord to keep your phone charged as well too. Okay, so it's not wireless charging. No. Oh, okay. No, they gave that up to have the fan, which I think I would take that anyway to keep it cool. Then of course you got your fuel here. Okay. And as far as all the radio and everything goes, you got of course it's off right now, but it'll turn on. Oh, look at that! It's a navigation.
Yeah. So you go left, right, and then you go down here.
Oops, sorry. Here, and then down, and then you go left, right again. Or you can go up and down as well, depending on what section. It's okay. Battery saver. When it timed out, yeah. Well, that's a good feature. Gonna wait for me to do it all over again. But anyway, that's it. Yeah, it does sound actually really good. Okay. Oh, gotta wait for it to turn back on. Can you turn the lights on? Oh, it's already on. The running lights?
So the lights are adapted as well too. When you turn, they stay upright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just okay.
They don't dip, something like that. So when you're turning, they stay there, so the line stays straight.
Everything's LED?
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think? How much is this motorcycle?
Right at 32.
All right, guys, $32,000, right? I want you to think about this. $32,000. BMW. Think about what you get for $32,000 on a Harley Davidson, right? I'm just saying. I want you to think about it. Just look at this, and I'm telling you to look at this now. But look at it. We got speakers back here. Nice wide, comfortable seat. I'm just saying. I haven't ridden it. I would like to ride it, but the weather outside today is frightful. Hold up, do you guys do test rides?
We do.
See, but the weather outside is frightful. Son of a bug. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back here. I'm in South Carolina. I'm in Charleston, North Charleston, South Carolina. It's about 2 hours from my house. I'm gonna come back here and, because today is the last day it's supposed to rain. Tomorrow and the rest of the days, it's gonna be fine out here. I'm gonna come back here. I'm going to test ride this motorcycle, but what I will tell you already before I even ride it is, now it does have a heel-to-toe shifter, but like he was telling me, a lot of the stuff has to be adjusted to you, and that's pretty much with, any kind of motorcycle. I'm not a big fan of this big thing sticking out. To me, this is crazy. And then the rear brake right here, when I put my foot on it, the top of my foot is hitting this. So I don't know if that was thought out too well to it. Again, the issue is this thing sticking out so much. So that's going to be an issue with highway pegs and everything. And with my hips, I'd have to have I can't have my feet here too long. And if I wanted to put highway pegs on these engine guards, my feet would, oh my God, I may as well be at the OBGYN because I mean, my legs would be wide open, right? They have other colors, but I am going to come back here. I'm going to test ride it just to let you guys know what I think about it. All right. There's the rear of it. It's a nice light right here too. I had him turn it on. But I'll do all of that stuff when I come back. Give you a full review and walk around on this BMW. Again, this is it's an 1800cc motorcycle. So I see BMW. I guess they felt, you know what? We need to get into this bag of stuff too. And this whole look that Harley Davidson and Indian has, and this is what they've done here. This is clearly what they've done here. It's got 6 speakers. Okay, we got 2 in the fairing, 2 in the bags, and then 2 right here. So All right, guys, we'll see what happens. But I am gonna take a trip back down here and test ride it. All right, I just want to show you guys what else they have here. It's not a large dealership. And see, here we are again with this big block sticking out. I guess less of an issue on this style of motorcycle because everything's behind you, but your shins can still, you know, depending on your size, can still hit that. I want to see more of you guys that ride these types of motorcycles coming out to practice. I don't want you guys to think that those practice sessions that I have are just for bagger type motorcycles. It's for all type motorcycles. All right, let me be clear. It's for all types of motorcycles. I want you to come out and practice with me. And if you're not coming out to practice with me, I want you practicing. You can still do my same exercises, 1 through 9, on any of these motorcycles in here. Honda Rebel, Pam. Okay, so these are all the Hondas. They got all the Hondas together. They got the BMWs together. Wow, look at this. That looks nice. Back tire looks nice. Exhaust looks cool. I like the rear shock in red. Nice looking BMW. I don't know what this is. I ain't gonna mess with it. And we got the Ducatis over here. John from Cycle Fanatics. I think his pipe started this color and then it turned like a crazy looking blue. That was crazy. You guys didn't see that. You gotta check that video out. The pipe on his motorcycle turned blue and it was like a nice pretty looking blue too. It was like crazy. Another Honda over here. So that's an interesting rear fender on this thing. Jersey plates. Wow. So I'm starting to think because
we have a 22 model that's supposed to be here already in the showroom. Have no shipping.
John, this looks like your bike and it's got Jersey plates. Is this the same? Is this your bike, John? I don't know. It looks like it. This is a customer's bike. Whoever it is, they're from Jersey. Yeah. Let me know if this is your bike, John. And guys, check this out. South Carolina Highway Patrol. Lit up. Camera. Radar. Where's the antennas for the radar? Right here? No, here it is. So it should be a front and a rear, because that's a dual stalker, I believe. Yeah, dual stalker. That's why you see a window here and a window here, and that's his speed. So there should be an antenna in the front as well. There it is right there. Dual stalker radar. And this is, for you guys that don't know, moving radar. So with a dual stalker radar, you don't have to be sitting still. The old school radar systems, you had to be sitting still to get the speed of the vehicle. This is moving radar, right? So yes, most of us use laser, but laser you have to be sitting still. With moving radar, that's excellent. He can be moving and he can switch his antenna from the front to the rear. He can switch it so that it's getting traffic coming towards him, traffic going away from him. So we're gonna get you if you're speeding. There's a lot of ways to get you, right? So there's a setting so that if you're riding down a country road and they're coming toward you, they can get your speed and then loop around and get you. So, you know, it's a lot of things you can do with the dual stalker radar. So good stuff. Again, shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Be careful out there, especially if you're on two wheels. So I'm back here at this dealership in South Carolina with my pop, and we're going to be test riding two motorcycles. I'm going to be test riding the R18 Transcontinental. All right, I showed you guys a picture of that. It's a bagger style motorcycle from BMW. And Pop is going to be test riding. What's the name of that motorcycle, Pop? What's the name of that motorcycle you're riding?
Oh, K1600.
K1600 GK. K1600 GTL. That's the motorcycle he's going to be test riding. He wants a 2022. He does not want a 2021, but he's going to ride it. And you know what? I'm going to ride it too, just to see how it feels. All right. So once they pull the motorcycles out, we'll do a walk around, let you guys see the motorcycle in the light of day instead of being in the showroom. And I'm going to ride it, and then I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it. Okay. All right. Let's do it. All right, guys, so they took the motorcycle around the back, checked the tire pressure, put the plates on, make sure everything is safe. So they brought it back out, so I want to show you guys in the light of day. Now, I'm not too crazy about this paint scheme on this motorcycle. I feel like I'd like it on Monday, and I wouldn't like it too much on Wednesday, and maybe like it again on Friday. All right, this is the R18 Transcontinental. Again, like I said, it's a bagger. Let's put that up. I'm not going to have any passengers. Let me just give you a walk around of this R18 Transcontinental. The 18 is because it's an 1800 cc. It's pan back. And it's a BMW bagger. Tell me what you guys think about how it looks. Now this fairing, that screams Indian to me. How about you guys? The only thing is, it goes up more instead of out. But that screams Indian to me. This has adaptive cruise control. That's what this is. So that's interesting and definitely convenient. Adaptive cruise control is always going to be convenient. What do you guys think? Should I pull the trigger? Should I add a BMW to the stable? All right, guys, I'm gonna take it for a ride, let you know what I think. All right, guys, first things first, what do I like? I love that adaptive cruise control, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's a game changer. You know, cruise control is nice, but if you don't even have to worry about slowing down when stuff is in front of you, you don't have to worry about touching the clutch, you don't have to worry about touching, well, you might have to worry about touching the clutch, because that's the thing with adaptive cruise control in a car with an automatic transmission. If it slows down, it's going to downshift for you. This is not going to do that. So that's that, you know, I didn't think about that initially when I said how much I like it. Although I still like it. If it just slows you down a little bit, but you can stay in the same gear, great. But my assumption is as soon as you grab the clutch, it's going to disengage the adaptive cruise control anyway. Right? Okay. Next. Guys, this infotainment screen. OMG. Look at the size of this thing, right? That's my hand. Look at the size of it. Beautiful. And you don't have any gauge information in here. That's still up here. Speedometer, your tachometer, your fuel, and then this one is a power reserve to let you know how much power you're using or whatever while you're riding. And the guy told me he thinks that they just ran out of things to put there, so they threw that up there. But this is awesome. I also like this. I like the fact that this thing right here can hold your cell phone, right? So, and you can also plug the phone in here too, he said. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if this thing has Apple CarPlay. If it doesn't, that's a big time no-no. Need Apple CarPlay because I need my Waze, right? Okay. I like the way it looks. You know, it's not an ugly motorcycle, in my opinion. Again, this is all subjective. But I do like the way it looks. And of course I like the way it looks because it looks like an Indian, or it looks like a Harley-ish, Indian-ish. So, right? And again, it doesn't have to be this paint color. So I'm not just referring to the paint, but I'm just talking about, you know, the style of the motorcycle, right? The pipes, right? So not bad at all. There's not a lot of differences. And when I say it's not a lot of differences, of course I'm talking about from my Harley Davidsons, as far as the appearance of it from certain angles. Okay, now let's talk about what I'm not too crazy about, right? I am not too crazy about these floorboards. Now the salesman here told me, well, yeah, the good thing is these are higher up, so they won't scrape the ground as much. You guys know I don't give a crap about scraping floorboards on the ground, but having these up high just brings my legs up higher, and the fact that they're pushed back, you know, you don't have that in my opinion, that bagger feel where your legs are kind of stretched out. You know what I mean? So I'm not too crazy about the floorboards. I'm not too crazy about this windshield. Now I'm 6'1", and that windshield, the top of that windshield is just below my eyesight. And I would like it to be a little bit lower. And this is not adjustable, but I'm sure, well, I don't want to say I'm sure, I'm assuming, yeah, I'm going to say, I'm almost positive that they're going to have a replacement so that if you want a shorter windshield, you can get a shorter windshield. Okay. Not too crazy about the mirrors. And again, it's not about the functionality of them. It's just the look. I'm assuming they're trying to match the mirrors with the gauge clusters, keeping everything round and symmetrical. Just not too crazy about that. Okay. All right. Now we have saddlebags here. Okay, decent size. Definitely not more room than a Harley, even without a stretch bag. These are smaller. And then the tour pack, you know, it's tiny, but you know, it's room. It's extra room, and that's the bottom line. It's extra room. Okay guys, now let me tell you what is, in my opinion, horrible about this motorcycle, in my opinion. All right, horrible. I'm not going to use the word hate because I don't use that word a lot. But let me tell you what I think is just horrible. Can you guess what it is first? The first thing I'm going to say? Actually, this was the first thing until I wrote it. This engine and the ridiculous amount of space that it comes away from the motorcycle, which clearly impedes your legs. Like there's no way around the fact that look at this on both sides of the motorcycle, more so on the right, right? That it's so ostentatious. It's crazy to me. So, and I mentioned before, again using this rear brake, when I put my foot under here, my foot is thicker than this, right? So clearly when I put my foot on the rear brake, it's hitting this, right? And guess what? That's hot. I burned my hand touching it to see if it gets hot. So if you want to ride this bike for long distances and you don't want to have your feet back, because remember these floorboards pull your foot back, and you want to install some highway pegs right here, guess what your leg is going to have to go over to get to that? I mean, you see what I'm saying, guys? If I sit on this motorcycle, let me sit on it. Right? If I have a highway peg right here, my leg is literally resting on this. Now it's on the painted part, which is, well, not paint, well, I guess that's painted. It's not on the black part. The black part is really where the heat is. But there's still heat. I feel it on my leg right now. So if this thing didn't get hot, this might be good because you could just like rest your leg on it. But oh, see, I got to take my leg off because that's hot. Okay, guys, here's another thing. As soon as I get on this motorcycle, like as soon as I sit on it, because they have the floorboards, like it's almost like they didn't think this through. Because they have the floorboards pulled back, my calves are immediately hitting these floorboards. Because remember, when there's pegs back, not a big deal. The pegs are up higher and they're closer to the motorcycle. But for floorboards, like look at this. I don't know if you can see that. There's no way for me to, I'd have to have my legs spread all the way out. And you can see how they kind of curved the floorboard so your leg can fit in there better. But my legs are still hitting it. And I got to tell you guys, not comfortable at all. Not comfortable at all. So, you know, very poor design when it comes to that. Okay, guys. The pièce de résistance. This, to me, is probably, again, at first I thought it was the engine until I rode it. This has to be the worst feature of this motorcycle. Stand by. All right, guys. So, Once again, I just got on the motorcycle. The sides of both of my shins right into these floorboards. Literally, I gotta have my legs open this wide to not make contact with the floorboards. Right? Not good at all. Okay, so let me start it up. I don't know if you saw that. So let's do this again. When I start this motorcycle, I want you to watch the fairing. Watch it jerk to the left, and then it's just gonna be moving like this. Watch. And every time you rev the throttle, the whole front end moves to the left. Watch this. Ready? So that little, like that, that's not me. And now right now, it's doing that itself. If I throttle it, you see the whole motorcycle move to the left? I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Not only that, you can feel the clutch. It's like something's hitting it. The clutch handle. Every time you throttle it, the clutch it's almost like it's kicking at you. So it feels like something's broken, but he warned me ahead of time. That's it. That's just how it is. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. See, watch that again. Watch it move to the left 3 times with 3 revs. Let me turn this off. So guys, we're preloaders, right? We do a lot of slow speed riding. We ride in the friction zone. Balance is important to us. Balance is important to anybody riding a motorcycle. At least it should be. It's right at the top of the priorities, right? So if we're already dealing with gravity, we don't want to add anything to that, right? To make it more difficult to balance this motorcycle. So why BMW would design a motorcycle that when you rev it, throws the motorcycle off balance? I'm talking about sitting still. I stopped at a light, and I have a habit of when I'm stopping to rev the engine, check where I am. And when I did that, I was like, oh, it caught me off guard. Now, I always say you can get used to anything, but that's not something you should have to get used to, especially not for $32,000. So huge, huge strike against them for that. That's just ridiculous. And the fact that whatever's going on with the clutch, every time you throttle it, it's like, ah. So remember, when we're in the friction zone and we're doing tight maneuvers, which of course you can do on this motorcycle, but we're always concentrating, and I'm always telling you guys, keep it loaded. Wherever the clutch is, keep it there, right? Wherever the throttle is, keep it there. Well, on this motorcycle, if you're trying to keep it there, and every time you throttle it, you feel it's like moving, and plus it's shaking, like, oh my God. This is a slow riding maneuvers nightmare to me. Again, not impossible, you can get used to it, but you shouldn't have to get used to that on the motorcycle. Another thing I forgot to mention that I do like, of course, I really like, is the fact that it's going to tell me on this big, beautiful screen what gear it's in, and that's regardless of if I have the clutch in or out. Let me just take it around the parking lot, just so you guys can see it in motion. And you have to know that while I'm riding this motorcycle, guys, this is something you have to ride to understand what I'm saying. It is, with a capital R, ridiculous. I just don't understand what they were thinking when they first decided to put this big, all right, let me just ride it. I don't know what they were thinking to put this big engine like that, but you know what, if it was just that, if that were the only issue, it's a big strike against it. A, because it's obtrusive. B, because it gets hot and your legs, if you want to stretch your legs out, they have to be over it. And unless like I said, you get these highway pegs to the point where you may as well be getting a pap smear, because that's how far your legs have to be open to clear this engine. But the unsteadiness that this motorcycle, the feedback that it gives you, it makes it very unsteady, very unsteady. Not just with the motorcycle jerking to the left, but also the feeling in the clutch. Right? All right, let me ride it around. Wow, just crazy. All right, just want you guys to look at it in action. It's a motorcycle. So if my throttle gets a little low and I go to gas it, it feels like a tractor. Like it's like, if you haven't ridden a Pan America, That's what this motorcycle feels like. And this is a touring style motorcycle. It shouldn't feel like a Pan America, right? This is just, now, the funny thing is, if I have my hand on the gas tank, right? Oh, look at that. I mean, just now while I was talking to you guys, that quick, I forgot that if I rev the throttle, it's gonna throw the motorcycle to the left. And it gave me a little pucker. I was like, oh, look at that. And at the same time, it hits against the clutch handle like, it's just crazy. It really is crazy. No, sir. No, ma'am. All right, so guys, what's my what's my final review of this BMW R18 Transcontinental? Swing and a miss. Now, the motorcycle that Pop rode, he loved it. It's cool. I'm on a bumpy road here, but it's just testing me, keeping it in the friction zone. Head and eyes, handlebars. Oh, head and eyes, handlebars. And this thing could turn. If I fully lock it, that's a full lock right there. Well, it's not going to turn as good as a Harley, but oh, my foot just hit the ground. I'll shut it down right there. All right, let me go park it. I would like to ride it, but my knees are already hurting. Exercise number 2. And I knew he was going to like that one. That one, I know it's a smooth ride because it looks like a normal motorcycle. It doesn't have some big obtrusive things sticking out the side along with the other issues with this motorcycle. So I'm not going to say BMW doesn't make good motorcycles, but as far as this touring model, no, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board on this. And I hope, because I did watch some videos on this, and I was kind of curious and excited to ride this motorcycle because the video I watched, nobody had anything really bad to say about it. And again, I don't know if that's because they're letting, people are letting them ride it, so they don't want to listen. This is constructive criticism. That's all this is. And if they're trying to come out with a touring type motorcycle, we have to let them know exactly what we think about it. And I'm here to let you guys know, in my opinion, you may think differently, but in my opinion, they have to go back to the drawing board, especially for $32,000. So I know I said to look at a Harley Davidson, and see what you get for $32,000 compared to this. But again, in my opinion, I seriously doubt that anybody that rides a Harley Davidson or an Indian motorcycle would switch to this. Again, there's exceptions to everything. So the majority of people, they wouldn't switch because they just wouldn't switch. I mean, it's just a little, you know, it's odd to me. You know, it's odd. Aside from all the other things that we get from Harley Davidson, as far as the customization and stuff like that, the sound of the engine, I'm sure this can be modified as well. It's not going to be as easy as it is with a Harley or an Indian, but got an Indian look in the front. No. So, all right, guys, that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. You guys put in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this motorcycle, and if you get a chance, I want you to test ride it. I want you to come out. I want you to ride it and compare it to what you have, and tell me what you think about it. I'm very curious to hear what you think about it. All right, because clearly I don't speak for all of my preloaders and V.I.Preloaders. However, I think I know most of you guys. Okay, all right, guys. So that's going to do it here. Again, I'm 2 hours away from my house, so I'm going to head back home. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you out. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps the channel out. And I know a lot of you guys that watch the channel and you watch it religiously, but you still haven't subscribed. So if you're not sure if you subscribed, just hit the subscribe button, okay? All right, I'll just go check to see. If it says subscribed, then obviously you're subscribed. If it just says subscribe, hit the subscribe button and then hit that notification bell, all right, so that you can be notified every time I come out with a new video. All right, that's going to do it for me, guys. Spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. I want to send a special shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there. Know that you're appreciated. And a special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I worked. That's who taught me how to ride these motorcycles the way that I do, but the training doesn't end there. This is a perishable skill, guys. You have to keep practicing. All right, so as I always say, practice, 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 preload and keep it loaded, and practice, 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 because practice breeds confidence, guys. And a confident rider is a safer rider. Not only a safer rider, but a rider that's going to enjoy riding these motorcycles that much more. Riding fast is fun. I want you guys to have just as much fun riding slow. Until next time, guys.